Yay! Hey everyone, it's Katie and welcome back to my channel. So today is a little bit of a different video, but I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I'm just going to jump straight into it. Today we are looking at the Skoog and reviewing it and chatting about it. This was very kindly sent to me by the makers and creators of the Skoog, and they were like, do you want one to unbox and to chat about on your channel? And I said absolutely, because this seemed like a really different aid, something that I'd never heard of, and that I thought it'd be quite fun to talk about and try and kind of open up for discussion on the channel. Not sponsored, just throwing that out there. They just very kindly sent me a Skoog to unbox and to try out on the channel, and yeah, I'm really excited to talk about it today and to show you guys what it's all about. So this is the Skoog. This is what we're going to be chatting about and reviewing today on the channel, and this is an accessible musical instrument. It's the best, that's probably the best way of describing it and the simplest way of describing it. There are lots of people out there with different types of disabilities, whether that's physical, neurological, mental, or anything else, that find it very, very difficult to play musical instruments because of the coordination and the fine motor skills and the dexterity that is needed to produce the sounds, whether that's like plucking a string or like hitting a key, or, you know, it's a lot, it's very complicated and very intricate when you think about how you play a musical instrument. And there are lots of people out there with disabilities of all different kinds who find music and musical instruments a little bit inaccessible to them because of them not being able to produce the sounds, not being able to hold the keys or pluck the strings or create what is needed to produce sound with musical instruments. That is why this guy comes in. The Skoog is an accessible way of people being able to create music, play along with their favourite songs, record music, just rock out, have some fun, jam around in a really accessible and easy way that can be adjusted depending on your disability. So when I heard about this device, I was so excited. I was a little bit intimidated because it seems like quite a technical device, and you'll hear me talking about this later on in the video because I've actually vlogged myself opening this up, my first impression, and then like trying it out and the experience that I had. I filmed it all so you guys can see firsthand the experience that I had. So yeah, I was a little bit intimidated by this device because it seems very techno-based and lots of stuff that it can do and things that are quite inaccessible to me. This is an accessible device in terms of creating music, but I was worried that it was going to be out of reach and inaccessible for me because I didn't know what this thing could do and the technology behind it and accessing all of that. So I really do feel like what I'm showing you guys in the vlog really isn't the full capacity of what the Skoog can do, and that's why I thought I would kind of do a little bit of an intro now to kind of explain how this works, because I don't even think in the vlog that I really fully explained what this is, what it does, and how it works, but also the things that I didn't show you and the possibilities that this device has in terms of potential with creating music and other aspects of technology. So how does the Skoog work? The best way that I can explain it is it's very similar to something like Guitar Hero or a dance mat or something of that kind of nature. It has these different coloured sensors. It has green, red, blue, yellow and orange, and these sensors squish in almost like buttons, and they're very, very squishy and really lovely, like tactile relief. And you can program your Skoog via Bluetooth on like your Mac or your phone or your iPad, and you can program each colour to create a different sound. And that way you can jam along to things, you can create your own music, you can rock out to an original tune, or you can play along to songs that you know and like modern songs. And that sort of side of things is what you're going to see me doing in the vlog. But this also has so much more potential. You can hook this up to GarageBand, you can code with this, you can like control, like I think they said like you can control a drone with this, you can like learn to code with this. You can create your own music and share it with other people using one of their apps. Like there is so much you can do with this, and I think the best place to get all the info is actually from the Skoog website, because you can get it straight from the people who know exactly what they're talking about, as opposed to me being slightly technologically not brilliant. So I will leave the link to the Skoog website page in the description box. You can go and check out all the info after this video if you want to hear a little bit more about all of the ways that the Skoog can be used. So like I said, the footage that I'm going to be showing you of me unboxing the Skoog and trying it out for the first time and getting to grips with it is really just a very small side of what the Skoog can do. I wanted to show you guys the side of the Skoog that I was excited about, that I was interested in. I didn't want to sit here and pretend that I knew everything about coding and music composing and sharing music and all that kind of stuff. Like, this device can do so much, and I don't want to take away from that, but I also didn't want to pretend that I knew everything about that side of things. I just really wanted to show you guys the side of the Skoog that I was most excited about, which was using it in play, and I hope that this video can give you a little bit of an idea as to what it can be used for. But yeah, I'm going to show you the footage now and I will chat at the end. Hey everyone, so I have just got back from a meeting with Weird Triangle, which was epic, and I'm so excited, but that is for another video. And I got a parcel in the post, and I believe that this is the Skoog, so I'm gonna open it up and see. My lord, wouldn't this be awkward if it wasn't the Skoog? And I'm just gonna take it out and just see what's in here and just get an initial idea of what's going on. And then I think what I'm gonna do is sort of stop filming for the day, and then off camera come to grips with what the Skoog can offer. How do I even open this? And then I'm going to, like, once I've sort of figured out everything, sorry, my eyes are watering as well, I've got really bad hay fever at the moment. Once I've figured out everything in terms of how to use it and what this is all about, because I don't really know that much about it. The company got in contact with me and just said that they wanted to send me one to show on the channel, and I said, yeah, hell yeah, I would like to do that. Because it really was an item that was quite intriguing and that I hadn't seen before. And this is a box that I just cannot get into. But yeah, I did like a little bit of research about it. I looked on the website and just to see what it was all about. But since then, and since they've sent it out to me, I haven't really sort of had a good look around the website and to see all of the features. So I'm going to do that after I open it and show it to you guys, and then maybe in the next few days I'll film another clip of me sort of trying to figure out what's going on and what this thing can actually do. So, here we go. Skoog! That is a really flashy box. I like this. And that's all that came in here. It's just a box inside a box. So let's open this up and see. Ooh, that's cool. Got the two little hands, and I think you just pull this. Is this a box inside a box again? Oh no, there's a sticky. Bam, 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 bam. Whoa, this thing is so cool! What even was that noise I just made? Oh, this is I'm gonna break this. Does anyone else do what I do? Whenever I open up parcels and boxes on camera, I always realise how like destructive I get with things. Okay, so I've got some instructions here which are all in lots of different languages, and it's just about connecting the Skoog to the app, because I think that this connects to a smartphone app which you can download on your iPad or on your phone, and then that's how you can sort of program this up a little bit. There we go. Wow, look at that! That is such a cool little device, and it feels amazing. It's like a big squishy cube. It's really cool. Oh, I'm excited by this. So that's that, and then it's got a cable down in the bottom, And I think that's it. So there's not actually a lot in terms of instructions in here. So I'm hoping and guessing that the app has the information, sort of like a tutorial and a how-to guide, because don't think this is really self-explanatory, and I think I will need a little bit of help with setting this up. So I'm hoping that the app will do that, but that's what it looks like, an initial unboxing. So I think next step would be to download the app. I think it's for your iPad. Oh, is this just for iPad? So looking at the instructions, it's talking about downloading the app on an iPad, which I do have an iPad, like my family have one, but I don't tend to use it. I tend to just stick to my iPhone because it's a little bit easier for me. So I'm not sure whether I can do anything from my phone with this, because it says music made easy, rock out with your favourite tunes in Spotify and iTunes. And then it says access new sounds with GarageBand, Logic and other MIDI compatible applications, which all the tech people out there will probably know what that means, but I do not. And that is kind of why I, on one hand, really wanted to review this item, because it's quite a tech item, and I wanted to see if I, myself, a self-proclaimed technophobe, can use this and actually understand this, and if it's accessible from a technology point of view and from a understanding technology point of view in terms of setup. But I was also a bit hesitant because these are kind of devices that I feel a little bit out of my comfort zone with, because I feel like I don't have all of the know-how and the information to set this up and to actually use this to its full potential. I am going to have a play around with the apps, see if it works on iPad or Mac, what I prefer, and yeah, I'll get back to you once I've figured a little bit more out. Okay, so it has been a couple of days, probably more like a week actually, since that last clip where I unboxed the Skoog, and I have been using my time very wisely by not doing work and playing around with the Skoog instead. This is seriously addicting. I just feel like I want to know everything about it. I am playing around with it, really trying to get to grips with the features that I'm interested in, which is more of like just jamming out and the sort of songbook and the jamming along to your favourite songs and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be including some clips of me playing along and doing some stuff with the Skoog as I talk. But let me just go back and rewind a little bit. So the first thing that I did after unboxing the Skoog was try to connect it via Bluetooth to my MacBook Air. I downloaded the software onto my MacBook Air and tried to connect it. It did connect, but it wasn't really self-explanatory. It took a lot of trying to figure out. It was quite difficult, and the software in the end didn't give me a huge amount of options with playing around with the Skoog. I knew certain features that I wanted to try out, and the MacBook Air software didn't allow me to do those things. So I did try and play around with it. It wasn't really doing much. It wasn't brilliant really, and it didn't really work for me with what I wanted to do with the Skoog. So I quickly gave up on that, and I downloaded the Skoog app onto my phone. Because initially I didn't realise that this was for your phone and you can use it on your phone. I thought it was only for MacBook or like Mac software and your iPad. But when I saw there was an iPhone app as well, I was really excited, so I downloaded that. That was by far so much easier to use than the Mac software. I was able to program the Skoog, I was able to sort it all out and actually produce music and sounds for the first time. So I spent a little time just kind of pressing the sensors and just producing some sounds, seeing what kind of notes and pitches and types of sounds were available, and just wasn't really like following a guide. I was just kind of going to the beat of my own drum, quite literally. And I was just playing around, getting to grips with the sensors and the sounds and all that kind of stuff. Then I decided that I would take it one step further, and I grabbed my iPad, which is my family iPad. I don't have an iPad myself. I don't use iPads very much. My dad uses one quite a lot for work, so I just grabbed his and I downloaded the Skoog app onto the iPad. by far the best app slash software that goes with the Skoog is the iPad app. It's really self-explanatory. It takes you through the setting up process. It just explains things in plain English, and it gives you, or gave me, all of the features that I wanted to use with the Skoog. And I played around with it. You could play songs. It did like a little tutorial where you could play Mary Had a Little Lamb, and you could play like little Christmas songs. So they had like a little songbook in there of just sort of nursery rhymes or sort of children's songs or Christmas songs that were really easy to play along to, and it told you what notes to press and for how long. Very kind of like Guitar Hero, and you could create an actual song, like a proper song. So that was a new experience for me, because before, when I was just using my phone, I was literally just pressing notes and not really following like a guide or anything. So this was the first time that I was creating like actual music with an actual song. So that was really exciting. And I had seen, when I was playing around with the phone app, that there was a Skoog songbook online. So I went onto the Skoog website and had a look at the songbook, and this is just a list of modern songs. They've got things like Adele and Michael Jackson and the Beatles and other bits and bobs. They've got ABBA, they've got lots and lots of different artists and bands, and they've got songs, very popular songs which a lot of people would know, and they've got the sort of songbook for it. So they've got which notes you need to press for how long in order to create these songs. So you can play along to Adele Hello or Michael Jackson Billie Jean. Like, you can play these songs on the Skoog. Some of them are a little bit hard. I think I'm gonna sort of play around because some of them are a little bit more difficult and tricky than others, but I picked some easy ones that I knew and that I could jam along to, and I had an awesome time. I'll insert some clips by here now. Yeah, guess that song. Which songs am I playing? Let me know in the comments section. So how this works is you get onto the songbook, the Skoog songbook section on the website, and I'll actually link it down below for you guys so you can head on over directly to the songbook and you can look at all the songs that are there that you can play, because honestly the list is amazing. You can play Disney songs. It was like, I was playing to Let It Go, Frozen as well at some point, but I don't think I filmed that, but yeah. Really good stuff on there. But it tells you on the PDF of each song how to program your Skoog so it's in the right key and each sensor is the right note. What you have to do is you get the info online, and it tells you that your orange sensor should be E flat and your yellow sensor should be C, and it tells you which notes you need to correlate to which sensor so that you can play along correctly in the right pitch. I hope that makes sense. So that's what I did. I was playing around with that, and this was really where I started to get addicted. This was what I was excited about with the Skoog. This is what I love. I loved Guitar Hero. I've always loved doing like dance mat stuff where you're in time to things and it's telling you what to do. It's just really fun. You know, things like Bop It and like, oh, just anything that involves like timing and beats and just pressing things, and it's just, I just find it really fun. So this was definitely the side of things that I was really excited to try, and being able to play along to songs and actually create music is actually really fun for me, because I have not spoken about this, but I am not brilliant with music. I love music, I love listening to music, it's a powerful thing, it's such a massive part of my life, but I have never been able to play an instrument and read music, and it's been highly frustrating for me at certain aspects and certain parts of my life. And to be able to play along with a song and feel like I'm controlling and creating music is really lovely, and it's a side of things that I have never really experienced. So it's yeah, it's given me a lot in terms of I don't know, musical involvement, which I haven't had before, and it's easy and it's fun and I feel like I can do it. So I don't think I've actually mentioned about the sensors themselves. Obviously you can tell that they are squishy and that you have to press them like little buttons in order to create noise. But what is brilliant about the Skoog, which just takes the accessibility up even further, is the fact that you can actually program the Skoog in terms of response and sensitivity. So some people may find the action of pushing the sensor really easy. I do. I enjoy that tactile sensation and the response that it gives me and the squishiness to the sensors. But some people don't have the strength to do that. They don't have the ability to really push the buttons and the sensors in. So you can actually program the Skoog to create sound from just a light touch. So you can customize the sensitivity of it. So you can either make it so that it only creates sound if you really push in, or if you just lightly touch. So they recommend playing around with the sensitivity and the response to find what works for you, because everybody's different. But I thought I'd mention that that is a feature as well, and you can definitely play around with the Skoog and find a sensitivity and response level that works for your specific needs. The other thing that I didn't try out and forgot to mention, there's a reason why I didn't try it out, which I'll get onto, but you can actually connect the Skoog to your Spotify account or your iTunes, your Apple Music, so your iTunes account. And you can select a song that's in your playlist or your Spotify. Let's pick a song, Ariana Grande, God is a Woman. And you can play that song through your Spotify or through your iTunes, and you can jam along to it. So you can play almost like, just play along to it. So have the song playing from your iPad and just, you know, bash along to the beat or play along with it. But what's clever about the Skoog is it actually has a bit of software in here called the Key Finder, I think it's called, or Key Identifier. And you play a song, so Ariana Grande, God is a Woman, and if you want to play along to it and just jam out or hit things like to the beats, just have a little bit of a jamming session with like actual songs and music in the background, the Skoog will identify the key of the song and put itself in the right key so you can play along and the notes won't be completely wrong. It'll be like in the right key. Which is really awesome, and I want to try that out at some point, but I couldn't this time because I don't have a Spotify account. Please don't shoot me. I've just never needed one, and because it's my dad's iPad, he doesn't have any music on there because that's not what he uses it for. So I wasn't able to sort that out for this review, but I'm definitely going to try that. I'm going to try the Key Finder. I'm going to try jamming along to some other music with actually having the song playing in the background. So yeah, lots of other features that I'm still excited to try. So there we have it. That was me trying out the Skoog and testing out some of the features that it offers. I really hope that's given you a little bit of an idea as to what the Skoog is all about and the accessibility and the fun that can be had. And like I said, I hope that if you want to know a little bit more about the other sides of things like the coding and the GarageBand link up and the sharing music and the composing and everything else that it's got to offer, you can check out the website, because I am not an expert about it, and as much as I've read about it and researched, I think if you're interested in that side of things, you're better off getting it from the experts as opposed to from me, who will just make it sound like gobbledygook. So yeah, I really hope that this has helped with maybe just understanding what the Skoog is about if you had seen it before and was intrigued by it. This is definitely a device that has opened my eyes to the difficulty with musical instruments. It was a side of things that you know, I'd experienced before. I have never been good with musical instruments. I've tried and failed many times. Even reading music I find very difficult. It's just not something that my brain can comprehend. And I didn't really fully realise the inaccessibility that the world of music often has for those with disabilities, and it's really made me think, and having the Skoog has definitely opened my eyes to certain difficulties in the world of music. But what I think is beautiful is the fact that we can all still enjoy music regardless of whether you can play it or you can listen to it, or if you can't hear it, you can feel it. Yeah, it's just, the world of music is something that just blows my mind all the time, because it's something that I think is beautifully accessible in many different ways, but the Skoog has definitely opened my eyes to more ways that it can be accessible and different avenues that can be gone down, that's not English, different avenues that you can go down in order to find accessibility in the world of music. So yes, like I said, I'll leave the website down below. Again, not sponsored, I'm not being paid to say any of this. It was really just, they fancied sending me one and I was very grateful, and I wanted to review it for you guys and show you what it was all about. I personally, like I said, had such a fun time trying it out. I think eventually I will try and explore the other features of the Skoog, but like I said, it's probably going to take me a long time to come to grips with this, and I couldn't wait that long to show you guys this device. I really wanted to review it like as soon as possible and as soon as I got it. So yeah, I probably will at some point try out some of the other features and research things and maybe push myself to try some new things. It definitely has given me a lot of possibilities with ways that I can learn and progress with music composing and coding and techno stuff. So yeah, it's opened my eyes up to a lot of different things and I'm really excited about that. I want to say a huge thank you to Skoog for sending me this. It was very, very kind of them. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to review it on my channel. Let me know if you guys have enjoyed this video by giving it a big thumbs up, and let me know what you guys think about the Skoog and the world of music when it comes to disabilities, whether you have found it inaccessible, whether you guys play musical instruments, whether that's been a struggle or something that you've really enjoyed and found easy for you. Let me know in the comments. I want to know all of your experiences. But I think that's about it for today. I hope you've had a really, really good day, and I will see you soon. Bye guys!